She signed a new 4-year deal. Let's face it, good for her, because that's probably the only good thing going on right now in AEW.
Yeah. Hold on. As soon as I'm done with this round, and,
For some reason, I've been getting bad connection. I don't know why.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck!
dude, I wish you could see the size of this horde.
I can hear it through the microphone.
Don't let me be the only guy.
Too young to die!
Tell all your tales now, have I?
Leroy Jenkins.
Come on, don't head south. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
He really knows what he's doing.
It's just got to be faster than the other guy, Ronnie.
What?
Dude, you don't got to be fast. You just got to be faster than the other guy.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very legitness.
Oh man, I got killed reviving somebody. Sorry, we got a new update for this today.
It's all good. Well,
2 bugs. They haven't given us the flying arachnid yet.
you know what it sounds like? Have you ever played Earth Defense? Team Earth. What was it? Earth Team Defense.
Mobile infantry, sir. Mobile infantry.
No. It's a game where you fight bugs. Apparently, it's like a shitty game, but they made like 18 of them. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
A victory for the Federation. Good job up there on Agni Prime. Sorry.
What the
Adding this
hell?
motherfucker. I'm adding this motherfucker to my friends.
What is this goddamn moon speak?
Would you like to know more?
Ititakamas! Goddamn moon speak.
Oh my god. See, this is the type of shit that we need on Twitch. This guy makes the whole server entertain.
Makes as much sense as Brittany Griner getting kicked out of the women's bathroom for thinking she's a man.
Oh my, this is a company objective too.
What?
So they dropped a new update.
Yeah.
With a portion of the story mode and the ongoing battle between the humans and the arachnids.
Yeah.
To do so, you have to have a company. I have a company. No one's in it yet, but I have a company. And just counting towards it. Killed 25 gunners. Knocked it out.
There you go.
Oh, shit. This dude was on my team the entire time.
All right. We ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking at something real quick. Okay. Alright. Hold on, let me open up one more thing before we get started, because the last thing I need to do is do this mid-show and then everything go crashing down.
Sure. So, let me ask you a question before we go on the air.
Well, I mean, we're live, but we can still talk.
Even better. Even better. So this is an off-the-record question.
Okay.
Okay? Now, we're roughly the same age.
Yep.
How do you feel getting ready to see World War III?
Like bombs over Baghdad.
Oh, wrong country, sir.
When you see one sandstorm, you see them all. And we're canceled.
Blowing my mind about all this is how everyone's trying to make, like, Iran out to be a victim. They're a terrorist-led country.
Right.
They broke their own fucking NATO shit whenever they started enriching fucking uranium.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I know.
Okay, just so you know. Oh, and I love that. So, apparently Trump gets both sides to agree to a ceasefire.
Yep.
Gets nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize for getting them to agree to a ceasefire, and hours later, they both break the ceasefire.
Yeah.
Like, what a fucking turn of events that was.
You were so good, yet so far.
God, we need to change that loadout. I do not like that fucking gun. That gun is straight doo-doo.
All right, we ready?
I suppose so, because this guy... new gun!
And he just came.
I really did.
All right, and in 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Betting Window on the Nerdport Network. I am your host, F. and Ronnie, and with me, as always,
Captain Stuntcock himself.
oh boy. Well, it's a new week, and now it's the dog days of summer, which means one thing: 2 months until college football.
I'd say it is not the dog days of summer. Not yet, dude. That's like late July, early August.
When it comes to sports, it's the dog days. Because there's nothing on except soccer and baseball and golf.
I love the way you spin it into a rational explanation. Like, you reached straight up your asshole and pulled that one out.
Listen, the only thing to watch is fucking baseball, soccer, and golf. All 3 of them that can be put on the background and just fall asleep to.
Not to, wait, isn't NASCAR still going on? Or making a left turn?
Yeah, NASCAR. Again, all background music, all background games. Listen, at least next week we get to talk about the hot dog eating contest.
I really don't want to talk about a hot dog eating contest. But I know we're gonna.
Yeah, well, because it's stupid and entertaining. It's like Slippery Stairs.
Right, we're going to. New sniper rifles. Ooh.
It's like Slippery Stairs. It's entertaining, but you really don't want to turn around and not watch.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You know what they're in, and you don't want to admit it. But seeing to see an Asian girl going up a stairs that is covered in KY jelly.
I mean, normally you got to pay extra for that.
Yeah. Oh, Christ almighty. So, if you are new to the show, welcome!
Wait, hold on. Since I've been on the kick all day, would you like to know more?
About yours or the show?
The show.
Yeah, well, we dive into the good, the bad, and the what the fuck was that, the wide world of sports, and sports betting. On today's episode, today's podcast, we'll talk podcast. We'll talk about the WNBA getting creeped out.
Let's get. Why do I see 2 dead? Oh, 3. This does not look like it's going to end well for me.
The expansion of possible college basketball, as well as NFL Comeback Player of the Year, and other topics.
Oh my God.
And if you like AMSR, Ryan just came in his pants again.
No, man, this game just dropped me in the middle of a fucking horde.
Well, are you doing your part?
I ain't doing fucking shit. I'm trying to do. Run. I fell off a cliff. I'm dead.
Shout it out to wow.
I am not dead.
He's not that drunk. He's not that drunk.
I want to be on FedNet TV. This is terrifying. I'm going to die here.
Listen, they made you stronger. They gave you fentanyl.
Look, I really wish that this was live on the channel so you could see it right now.
Oh, shit.
Why is this like a bolt-action rifle fighting bugs?
All right, so we're still waiting. So all right, so we're still waiting on Christian, and we're okay. Also, too, at the second half of the show, we'll dive into our bets for the week, the return of the Mac preview for the over/unders, as well as a baseball and golf draft, fantasy draft league list. All right, where do we want to start? I mean, Christian, I can... Actually, you know what? I know where to start. It's a topic that just came over the wire yesterday. And it's something that's really fucked up, and I know Christian is going to have a fun time with this, but I don't care. I'm not waiting for him for this one. We're going to go to the south side.
Of Chicago?
Of Chicago.
South side of Chicago.
We're going to go to Dateline. Chicago White Sox.
Okay.
They had a game against the Arizona Diamondbacks yesterday. And shortstop of the Diamondbacks, Kendall Martin, or Marte, broke out in tears during the game.
Yeah, saw that. I did read that the fan that was...
Well, I'll get to it.
Okay, has been punished appropriately.
Yes. His while this is going on, a 22-year-old fan was heckling Marte, but doing it...
Call this one heckling.
Well, I'm saying heckling to understand what this is, but what he was saying was he was heckling him about his mother who died in a car accident in the Dominican Republic in 2017. Now,
that's fucked up.
Now listen. You could have the argument all you want. He paid a ticket. He can... Oh, well, he paid a ticket. He can buy whatever he can say whatever he wants. Yada, yada, yada. No. No, we're used to hearing wrestling stuff and shit like that, but this crosses a fucking line.
Yeah.
You don't speak ill will of the dead. There's very simple rules. You don't speak ill will of the dead, and you don't fuck with kids.
Yeah.
But coming out as of today, the 22-year-old fan has been banned indefinitely from all major league ballparks.
Which is fucking great. He deserves it, the little fucker.
He's lucky that it's just him getting banned.
True.
Because if kid from Arizona came back, if he beat the shit out of him, would not. Bat an eye. If he went in there and just beat the piss out of him, I don't think anyone would have cared. And I'm sorry, the other thing that bothers me is...
Motherfucker would have deserved it.
So, we commenced... This is an ESPN article, and I quote, "We commenced the White Sox are taking immediate action, removing the fan," in an MLB statement. Marte denied comments after the game. It's not publicly known what upset the 11-year veteran. Though it should not have to. It should never be said whatever made him upset in the first place to break out fucking crying.
Well, I mean, it had to be pretty fucking bad.
Yeah. But this is not the first time this has happened. Surprisingly enough, not to Marte. This is not the first time this has happened in Major League Baseball. This year. In April, a Cleveland fan got ejected for yelling at Red Sox Jared Duran after shared a documentary about his attempted suicide 3 years ago. And that, we all heard what was said was, "You did a shit," and I quote, "Next time you try to kill yourself, go through with it." I'm sorry. Can we just go back to the old days on how, like, if you stole something if you stole a horse, they tied you to the back of the horse and dragged you?
Honestly, man, back then, if you stole somebody's horse, that was as good as signing a death warrant. They just hung your ass.
Yeah, like, good on the White Sox for what they did, and then they put out a statement and a tweet saying, "We stand with Kendall Marte." Good on them. Perfectly. I am happy with that. But this dude, a banning is probably the best thing that he had.
Right.
I don't know why Christian can't join. For some reason, Christian's trying to join, it won't let him. Huh. That's weird. There you go. Christian, you there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's going on?
Nothing.
Oh, we're talking about some assholes from the South Side.
Oh.
Yeah. Actually, we're just wrapping that topic up. Do you want to add in on this? With Arizona's second baseman with his mother, and yeah.
I mean, there's no place for that. And I think, a lot of these fans get a little too comfortable because they feel these athletes won't say anything, but you gotta realize these athletes are humans too.
Now,
Um, can you hear me? Okay.
yeah, you're good.
Okay. Yeah, because I got my fan on. My black ass is hot.
Oh, dude, it's hot as fuck, ain't it?
Man, look, it's hotter than devil's coochie outside. You heard? Um,
Heard.
yeah. Look, there's no need, there's no place for that. I'm glad, the White Sox acted accordingly. And I heard that he's been banned from every ballpark in the league.
Yep.
Um, yeah, that's just so disrespectful. I felt so bad for Cattell Marte. Um, and I haven't really known White Sox fans to be like that. I used to go to games all the time. I think the worst thing I ever heard being at a White Sox game was when I went in 2007. They were playing the Yankees, of course. And, I just remember A-Rod was having an MVP year, but, A-Rod wasn't necessarily a light player. And the guy sitting in front of me was yelling, hit him in the head, Bino, because they were intentionally putting him on first base. And then when he was on first base, you just hear the guy yell, I hope you slip and fall and break your fucking leg. Look, it's one thing to troll, but you never want to go overboard, because now I see why a lot of these athletes, they go in the stands and confront these fans.
So there's two questions I have to ask about this, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we'll ever find this out. This was in the 7th inning. How much alcohol was consumed?
I don't know.
We'll never know, because that'll dig into their bottom line.
Yeah, but I hope what he said was worth it, because now he can't even go and enjoy a baseball game.
And you do it during a White Sox game.
And people heard it, because the Sox don't sell out.
No, they haven't sold out since 2008.
21.
No, when was their World Series?
Oh, 05.
05.
No, they were putting people in the stands in 21. That's the last time they won the division.
Oh, okay.
Like I always tell people, the Sox only sell out when 3 teams come to town. And I think you know who those 3 are.
The Yankees, the Cubs,
That's 2.
and the Dodgers.
No, the Red Sox.
Okay. Yeah, the Sox. Well, Dodgers maybe now because of Ohtani.
Yeah, but I'm talking, they don't really...
Traditional teams.
Yeah. And you could also throw the Cardinals in there, too.
Yeah, because, Central.
Mm-hmm.
No, we just were talking about that because it's just something that just broke, so might as well bring that up. But we do want to talk about there is actually some college basketball news with the draft going on right now. And honest to God, I will say this. After the first fucking 4 picks, nobody gives 2 shits. Ace Bailey went 5th, and now no one cares. It's who? Are they going to be good? No one bets on the fucking NBA draft. But the one thing that, Christian, I want your and Ryan, I want both your opinions on this. The NCAA is getting closer to expanding March Madness.
So how many teams?
Right now we are at 68 teams. They want to expand it to no more than 76. That'd be another 8 teams. which would probably mean which would mean what? Another 4 play-in games?
Interesting.
Personally, I think they should just get rid of the NIT and merge the NIT in there. And if you're the top 8 seeds, you got a bye, and 9 to 16, it's all play-ins.
Mm-hmm.
And just make the lower seeds have to play one more game to play in.
Interesting.
Because really, let's face it. Does anyone watch the NIT?
I know I don't.
Unless one of your teams is in it, does anyone care about the NIT?
Even when my team is in it, I don't watch it.
I mean, I watched it when Rutgers was there. That's about it.
Of course you did.
They were bad this year. They were really bad enough this year that they couldn't even fucking make the NIT. Fucking, and yet Ace Bailey and Harper go 6-2.
Mm-hmm.
But Ryan, what's your thoughts on this? Should be getting a 76 team expansion.
Look,
for March Madness.
I already think that the NCAA is doing too much with too many teams. So if they're just going to keep adding, just keep adding. What the fuck ever. It doesn't matter.
I think if they added an extra, like I said, if they kept it to an extra 32 teams and it was 9 through 16 seeds all play-ins, then that's it. You don't go any further than that because it's pointless to do 1 seed play-ins and all the way to that. No, there's no point to that. But the lower seeds getting the play-in, then you have an extra fucking day of all that.
Yeah.
And I think that, and of course, almighty dollar says everything because it's going to be, more money for advertisement. Speaking of, this is very interesting because everyone says the Pac-12 is dead. Well, Pac-12 just got a CBS partnership from through 2031.
Cool.
So I don't think the Pac-12 is dead yet. I mean, it's going to come back with basketball in 2 years, but I think I'd say within a year, this is going to be the final year without a Pac-12, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said last week, we're going to get one more rebrand or one more alignment, and then it's everybody going the way of the dodo. It's just everyone's going back to what it was. Because, God forbid, they're fucking doing all this shit for football. It's not even funny. Okay. That's really it for that. There is one bit of news, and I was talking to Ryan about this. Christian, I do want your opinion on this. And it actually falls into the WNBA. Kelsey Plum, part of the, I think she's part of the LA Sparks now, was confronted by, so the original story I saw was a fan trying to get an autograph for his daughter, and she felt weirded out. Now that's being changed, saying that it was an autograph seeker outside of their hotel. So I don't know what's true now. Honestly, I think both of them are true.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's a little. Oh, let's be honest.
Well, there is. So the other one, there's no video of the daughter of the father trying to get for the daughter, but it was a request. There's actually video of her outside the hotel. We're an autograph seeker. Now, the one thing she did wrong in this is she actually signed the card. If you didn't want, even if it's on camera, if you didn't want to sign, you should have never signed it. I mean, we've seen it in WWE how many goddamn times, right? How many times have we seen this where these guys show up outside of hotels looking for autographs or go to airports?
Yeah, and they've got a tote that they're dragging behind them full of shit.
Yeah. Like, that's a little bit, like, that's a whole, give me a fucking break. But.
And that's what people have a problem.
Yeah, which, that's perfectly fine. If there's an issue with that, that's one thing that I perfectly understand. Like, if they're getting on a fucking plane, like, let the people travel. Now, I don't know how many times we've seen that.
Right.
I understand. Go ahead.
It feels like it's different when it comes to something like this. Because you know as well as I do that the number one thing that people look for whenever they're doing these seeking signs, is what I call them, is they're also looking for a way to corner the female talent.
Right.
And in my opinion, big ass no-no there.
Yeah, well, especially in WWE and stuff like that. How do you put a stop to this then?
See,
Put stop to what?
The female, so Plum felt not safe being around a guy being outside trying to get an autograph from her outside the Sparks team bus. So this is from MSN. Plum was approached by a fan who was positioned outside the team bus, and she said, "Don't you all find this kind of weird, low key? Come on." Plum lately then added, "I'm really turned off right now. I'm not gonna lie." Ultimately, she did oblige and signed one of the fans' cards for her. So it was a woman, not a guy.
So the thing is she expressed that it makes her uncomfortable.
Yes. But the one thing that a lot of people were saying, too, that it was a guy. Now, what I just said, though, is he signed it for her. So how do you know that it's not for them? How do you know it's an autograph seeker?
It's difficult.
Like, and I've said this too, like, on one hand, it's not right. I get that. But the WNBA doesn't, how to phrase it, like, try to grow the sport. How many times does WWE fans, how many times does WWE gets it the worst? Flat out. But how many times does, like, NBA talent, stuff like that, get it? Outside of the stadiums or outside of hotels. Like, there's maybe, 4 girls in the WNBA that people would line up for autographs for?
Yeah.
Plum is one of them. Clark is the other. Maybe Brittany Griner, and I mean, unless someone wants an Angel Reese autograph, I don't really know who else could be.
Yeah.
But how do you grow the sport, but at the same time, low-key making sure that no one is being creepy?
Yeah.
That's where it gets difficult.
Right.
I mean, that's where, in my opinion, you would have to stop all the fans from tracking these people down at the airports and after practices and just arrange more meet and greet. Honestly.
But then you have to lower the price of the meet and greet.
Well, yeah, because you're adding more of them. You can't.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, I'll give a great example. We just had Christian was there. We just had Fanatics Fest.
Yes.
WWE was there. The prices from TKO for WWE were outrageous.
Well, yeah, we learned that over Mania weekend, my man.
Yeah, like, I'll use an example. I think, like, I'll throw one out there. I think, like, the cheapest one was Tiffany Stratton, and then she was $60. That's the cheapest.
That's not bad, though.
No, but that's also just for a photo. That or an autograph. That's not for both. So it was $120 for a combo.
Yeah.
Now, something like Undertaker, who, yes, is a legend, was $500 per.
Yeah.
Like, I understand Taker doesn't do that many signings. That's fine. But, like, John Cena was close to $1,000.
Yeah, I remember last year Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was mad expensive for his photo ops. I'm like, man, ain't nobody here to see your old ass.
Like, if the WNBA does more meet and greets, then you have to lower the price of everything. Which, if they do, great. But then that has to be almost everything else, too. Like, just, we need to do more ways for the fans to interact with the players. I mean, it's not that hard.
If there's more officially sponsored interactions between the players and the fans, then we might be able to cut down on creepy fan interactions in parking lots and shit.
No, there's still always going to be that.
You guys also have to understand that once you become a celebrity,
I'm in full agreement with that too. I understand that fully.
Once you become a celebrity, an athlete, or somebody with a big name, there's really no such thing as privacy.
That's true, but
like
I wouldn't.
You live your life in a fishbowl. All eyes are gonna be on you. This comes with the territory.
What were you gonna say, Rye?
I agree that whenever you become a celebrity, you do lose that privacy. Absolutely, yes. But at the same time, I wouldn't consider this a privacy issue as much as an inclusion issue because, I mean, besides the creepy motherfuckers, and we all know they exist, let's not pretend that they don't. There are no real ways for fans to interact with their favorite athletes and shit.
I mean, right now the biggest thing for athletes, and especially in like the wrestling realm, the biggest thing for fans to interact with their favorite like stars is what we're doing right now is Twitch.
Yeah.
Like that is the biggest. That is Twitch, YouTube, Kick. It's some of the biggest opportunities for fans to interact with their favorite players.
Yeah.
And could you start seeing more could we see down the line more players start doing, saying like pack openings to interact with their fans and do something other than like an IRL, yeah, I think that would be freaking great. Do like a WhatsApp stream and have them opening up packs of like something and give certain things away to charity, things like that.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
There are ways to do it. But the question is will they? That's the $1 million question. Will they? Or in their eyes, do they... I hate saying it that way, but I'm going to say it this way. Do they think they're bigger than that?
Yes.
And there's the problem. Because, and on the topic what we're talking about right now, you're in a company that, in the WNBA, that is being subsidized by the NBA. The NBA is hemorrhaging money to keep the WNBA open. Luckily, the NBA is as big as, say, the NFL. So and that's more overseas money than it is, like at the NFL, it's more statewide. For the NFL, for NBA, it's worldwide. So, yeah, they're hemorrhaging money to the point where it's like, okay, so what are we doing then? Like, if you're not going to interact with the fans, then what are you?
Have any fans for one?
Yeah. Be happy that people are actually stopping you. And listen, Kelsey Plum, like I said, was big because of her college name. She really hasn't done much in the WNBA with her name, with her NIL. She's famous because of what she did in college. Like, sorry, not sorry on that one. I mean, what final thoughts, I guess I would say on that? What else do you guys think? Like,
I really got nothing.
Rye?
Besides the fact that, like, maybe, just maybe, have more approved, like, areas, I guess, where these fans can do these meet and greets, and we might be able to stop this stuff from happening. Because, look, she said it made her feel weird, so, I mean, that's going to be a problem.
Well,
Because this is, well, I mean, the thing is like, people also have to take into consideration that this isn't a male athlete situation. This is a female athlete situation, so it does have to be looked at and taken differently.
I agree with that. And I'll say one other thing to add to yours. Where was security?
Hey, good question.
Because if she's in the hotel walking to the bus, like, there was somebody with her, but he did nothing. I don't know if he was like a name for, like, with the Sparks, or if he was like, he just let it happen. If he was security, that would have never happened too. So where's security?
Right.
I mean, there's another issue with that too.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what else to really add to that.
I mean,
What was that?
that is about, unfortunately, all we can do.
Yeah, like, I just thought it was interesting because when she's like, "Oh, it made me feel uncomfortable," because I at first, like I said, I first heard that this was coming from a father looking for an autograph for his daughter outside of the stadium. I'm like, you have no leg to stand on, or maybe that's a way to do it too. Have 20 minutes after the fucking game, let them do a quick meet and greet and sign some things on the court, where it's a controlled environment. I mean, let these kids, the fact that these kids have come out and saw you, and I mean, some of the creepy, are there some creepy people that go and see these? Of course.
Yeah, like I'll tell you guys one thing that I was a part of. The Fanatics Fest, Nikki Bella was doing some correspondence work, right?
Yeah.
And you had to be a part of the crowd and everything. And I mean, she was a popular person, but she couldn't have been any nicer. Like I met her, and I mean, in between takes when she was recording, she's taking pictures with fans. And I mean, I remember this little girl probably had to be about all of maybe 6 or 7 years old, and she just went up to her and asked her politely, "Can you take a picture with me?" And she was like, "Absolutely." Like, me personally, as somebody, who's taking pictures with a lot of these guys, a lot of these, athletes and famous people, it's all about how you approach them. Like, you can't be aggressive. Like, I don't know if you guys saw, I met Dawn Staley.
Yep.
You know what? I do follow that because you always get some really good pictures at Fanatics Fest.
Thanks, man. And she couldn't have been any nicer to me. Like, what you see is really who she is. Very humble, very honest, kind of quiet, but she was cool. I mean, I still think about the day when I met Michael Strahan, and I mean, he was just standing right there, and I just asked him, "Would he take a picture with me?" He's like, "Yeah, flip the camera." Same with Gronk, same with Jay Glazer. Yeah, it's all about how you approach them. Like, you don't want to be like, come on, let's be real now. Let's say that fan that was heckling. No, that's not even a heckle. That was insulting. Cattell Marte. You really think Cattell Marte would want to take a picture with that guy?
Not at all, but
Not at all.
If he was fucking asked by management to do it, he probably would.
Yeah, I mean, look.
I'm saying the guy's a professional.
Yeah, but you also have to realize too, and I was telling my mom this the other day because I saw a video of Derek Jeter getting off at Fifth Avenue in New York City, an area where I am frequently. He was walking into some room somewhere, and there were people asking for autographs, and he just said, "Sorry, I can't." Maybe he had somewhere to go, but you also have to realize, I was telling my mom this too, these guys aren't always obligated to stop every single time. But then again, this is the life that they chose.
It's always that argument where without the fans they would be nothing.
Yeah.
But on the same hand too, don't ever walk up to a celebrity or a athlete and feel like they owe you a photo.
Correct on one
Right.
of those.
Right, I agree. Like, here, I'll tell you guys. Last year, when I went to the Fanatics Fest, I met Rich Eisen. Right?
Yeah. Yep.
And he could not have been any cooler to me. I mean, he is a great guy. Very humble, very down to earth. We talked for about 10 minutes, and then, I just asked him politely, I'm like, "Could you get a picture with me?" He's like, "You bet." And, that's how I got that one. I mean, it's all about, you never want to catch them off guard because I did the little interview last year with Shannon Crowder and Fred Taylor, and Fred even asked me before we did it. He goes, "I like, what's it about? I just don't want to be caught off guard." And once I explained it, he goes, "Yeah, definitely." So it's just all about approach, I think, with these guys. I mean, yeah, yeah.
Like
Like,
I did
go
an
ahead,
interview.
Ryan.
I did an interview with Diamond Dallas Page once.
How was that?
It's still available online, and I only got it because I went after it. I went, to his fucking manager with respect, like, hey, I was writing for a wrestling review page, and I wanted to interview him for some content,
How was
and
he?
that led to like the greatest 45-minute conversation about pro wrestling in my life.
You know who else I ran into this weekend, Ryan?
Yeah.
Scott Steiner.
Oh, that's cool, man. The Freak.
Big Papa Pump.
Freakzilla.
Uh,
Did he did he say holla if you hear me?
did he try to do math?
Only 33 and a thirds%. You there, Christian?
No. For some reason, it kicked him. What the?
Okay, Google Teams is being racist, guys.
Yeah. What the hell?
That's racist, Google. You're fucking racist.
Why'd you get rid of Skype? Damn it.
Yeah, you fucking cock suckers. You cock people.
What?
What?
Huh?
Who said cock people?
Did somebody say cock people? Oh, darling. I don't know why the hell Christian got kicked off. God damn it. For all we know, that okay, yeah, we'll figure this out because he's on. It says he's in a call. That's hilarious. It must have something must have happened.
Yeah, racist Google. Who owns Google?
Google owns Google.
I'm gonna blame Mark Zuckerberg anyways. Cock Zuckerberg, this is your fault.
Cock Zuckerberg.
Yeah, you like that?
He might have straight up lost power.
Lost power? Is it storming out that way?
No, but with how hot it's been.
Okay, fair.
Just I'm trying to get him back on. Hold on. Alright, I just shot him a text. But no, finishing this up and then we'll get his final thoughts when he comes back. It's one of those things where you have to people I guess you have to understand that when you sign up for what you sign up, you expect shit to happen.
Right.
And it's like I said, you don't demand an autograph. You ask for an autograph.
Politely.
Yes. Now, like I said, I think the one thing that she did wrong was sign the autograph. I do think that if she really felt uncomfortable, she should have just walked away.
I'll agree with that.
Now, I think the other thing that's bad is they were filming her. They were recording. So if she walked away, it doesn't look good.
Right. Well, that was like, did you see that video of John Cena at Fanatics?
Which one?
Been backstage at a Raw, but somebody was filming backstage. And whenever John Cena noticed, he looked at him, he's like, yeah, hey, I'm a real big fan of consent. Because, like, out in public, yeah, they can film you, whatever. There's nothing you can do about it because you're in public.
Right.
But this was backstage. Like, he came back and apologized to the people, but, I mean, there's still the fact that, like, you do not record backstage.
No,
That's a big no-no.
That's just a... Yeah. Yeah, that's just a... Oh, hell no.
Hell no.
To the no.
No. Put some bass in it. Do it right.
Yeah, it's like watching Matrix for the plot. What's the plot? Here it is.
Hey, I learned something interesting over the weekend.
Oh? What would that be?
Well, okay, so I was scrolling through Paramount Plus,
Okay.
seeing what kind of content it had since I'm, literally I just rented it to watch Starship Troopers. Like, I bought it, I paid a month for it to watch Starship Troopers. But Paramount Plus has old school Skinamax.
Oh, God.
Dude, I saw some of these titles and I started laughing. I was like, no fucking way does Paramount Plus have softcore cable porn.
And welcome back, Christian.
Mm-hmm. I came back. Lovely time.
So my question is, what the fuck, Paramount Plus?
Some dash cab confessionals.
Let's see. The first title that popped up when I was scrolling was. Are you ready for this?
Not really, but go ahead.
The answer. The Sexorcist. So not only was it softcore cable porn, it was softcore horror porn.
Why does this sound like something Joanna would be starring in?
I don't know. I didn't watch it. I laughed my ass off when I saw it because holy shit, I thought that stuff was gone with like pay cable for the most part.
Oh. This portion of the show is brought to you by...
Ain't nobody
Exactly.
care.
Hold on, wait a second. Christian, that was the whitest ain't nobody care ever. That shit was straight Carlton.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
I love Carlton. He was one of my favorite characters.
Oh, Godson was the best.
I don't like New Carlton.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
watched that
no.
Fresh Prince.
Because that is not Fresh Prince. That made Fresh Prince be embarrassed to be Fresh Prince.
It was like Fresh Prince if it was written by DJ Jazzy Jeff.
No.
Oh, don't you dare.
Listen, first off,
take it back.
when Uncle Phil is skinny, we have a problem.
That's true. Uncle Phil was fat and full of wisdom.
Oh, Uncle Phil's the best.
And when Uncle Phil in the new one is skinny and was a Crip or a gang member, we have a bigger issue.
I will agree with that.
Because fucking A. It's... Oh, yeah, and instead of basketball, they all play lacrosse. Can they make them any more whiter?
I got banned from lacrosse one.
Oh, listen, you nasty ass bitch.
They said I used the stick the wrong way. I didn't know there was a wrong way.
Listen, you weren't playing lacrosse. You were using it as a broomstick to play Quidditch because it was the only way you could actually get some grip.
Why are you so nasty, Ronnie?
Oh, don't worry. Your daughter, on the other hand, was following in your footsteps. She's an all-star at Quidditch.
I don't have to take this. I'm leaving.
Oh, yeah, tell Raider Dave I said hello.
Dude.
We know he's living with her right now because, God forbid, I just got a call from some fucking mob boss, fucking Vinny.
Would you talk to him with a Ouija board?
Nah, apparently Raider Dave is alive and well, just different Vinny. Different Vinny.
Look, like I said, I was supposed to pick him up in Muscuda. He called me from somewhere in Massachusetts.
It's like a Jason Kelsey fucking... Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
All I know is Raider Dave right now is about to get in a lot of trouble when he gets back to Vegas.
Probably. I hear he's wanted.
Yeah.
Get alive.
Well, if the way this guy was talking to me, he's gonna be dead. He's gonna be. He told me that he might be sleeping with the fishes sooner or later.
Oh God. Is he gonna kill Dave?
I don't know. Be kind of funny. God forbid Joanna won't pay any of his rent.
He spends it all at Madame Kame's.
Listen, why do you... Come on, think about it. The only reason he has fucking problems is the fact that he spends all his money on IKEA furniture and gambles on the Raiders.
I mean, I'm not going to say you're wrong, but I'm also not going to say that you're right.
Just because I'm right doesn't mean I'm correct.
You can tell him he's wrong, Ryan. I tell him he's wrong all the time, but I just say it a little meaner.
Oh, okay. Well, how do you say it?
You don't know shit.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I mean, the fact that Raider Dave is getting calls from what it seems like hitmen and mob bosses about fucking gambling, it just... to a point where he's now getting threats through me. I have to fucking be his liaison. I'm gonna fucking have some words with him next time we fucking see him.
Good old Raider Dave.
Yep.
Hey,
Dave.
Here's a question. Does anybody know Dave's last name?
Yeah, the Vinny fucking said it was something like neat curtains.
Hey, oh God.
Megropides.
He ended up saying no, but he ended up saying like that's how he pronounced it. He said like neat curtains, but he had a weird Italian Greek accent.
Oh, that's right. He said meat drapes, and I was like, "Isn't it Megropides?" He said, "No, it's meat drapes." And I was just like, "Why don't it sound like that when I say it?" I thought it was Greek. Apparently, it's I don't know.
The way the voice sounded, it kind of sounded like Dom DeLuise when he when he was in Robin Hood Men in Tights, kind of the Dropides. Neat curtains, something like this. I don't understand. It's the fucking cotton ball stuck in my mouth. This is this weird fucking voice he had.
Yeah, meat drapes, Megropides. I can't believe that Dave doesn't even know how to pronounce his own last name.
Well, I mean, again, Dave. Look who he's gotten in. Look who he's gotten in bed with, literally and figuratively.
Look, I have always told Dave that he wouldn't know how to spell his own name if it wasn't stenciled on his locker in high school.
Oh, and his underwear.
And well, his jacket,
What is
his
he?
hat.
What is he, Eugene?
No, no, no. He's not Densmore.
Oh God! All right, uh, the next time we see Dave, we'll figure this out. We'll get to the bottom of this, because God forbid we. At least he's not in jail and fucking dead yet.
Oh.
But
Dave,
what?
Dave, bro.
Oh God. But all right, I think let's move this train. Let's keep this train going, so we can get diving into our I guess you could say preview for the week.
Sure, let's do it.
And it's the return of the Mac, baby.
Oh, can I?
No, because I actually give a shit about the Mac. Because our favorite player.
I wasn't talking about that, you dummy.
What?
It's coming.
You got the music?
There it is. All right, that's enough.
Yeah, we get to talk about our favorite player from Eastern Michigan coming up soon. He redshirted, so he won't be playing this year. Noah.
Oh yeah. His fucking NFL merch is gonna make him rich.
Dude, the only thing that and he left.
Did Christian leave?
Yes.
Fucking funny.
Noah. Holy shit.
This is the only way white people are ever gonna get a pass.
No, and even then they're not even going to get a pass because the K is not silent.
You're right, it's a hard K.
Yeah, normally there's three of them when they're
It's a hard
saying.
K.
Yeah, normally there's three of them when they're saying his name. Just saying.
Yeah, I think they love him in Massachusetts.
Massachusetts, they love him in fucking Alabama. All right. Anyway, let's dive in
Dive on me.
Yes, let's dive in to the Mac. And we will start off with the worst, pretty much the second worst team in the Mac's history. We do have one new team in the Mac this year. The Minutemen of UMass are in the Mac this year. They have gone from independent to play in the Mid-Atlantic Conference, which makes no sense because they're on the East Coast. All right, Akron, their over-under is 4.5. Their title contentions is a lot to a little. They don't even have a fucking shit. This is how bad they are. They don't even have a fucking number for how bad they are. So, 1,000,000 to win it. Their non-conference games are Wyoming, Nebraska, UAB, and Duquesne. Their over-under is 4.5. I will go under and go 4 wins. Ryan?
I'm gonna go.
Christian, you're not even going to bother?
You heard me.
Oh.
Nobody care.
Well, for Akron, maybe. But I'll tell you one team that no one gives two shits about, and that would be Ball State.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, well, go figure, right? Have a ball at Ball State. Ball State, their over-under is 3.5. Their non-conference games are Purdue, Auburn, New Hampshire, and UConn. They will... Actually, I got them going over. I got them winning 4 games. Ball State, what's Ball State? They're 80-1 to win the conference. So that's, again, a lot to a little. Ryan, what do you think?
We'll take the over.
Okay, Christian?
I'll take the over.
Yeah, because God forbid Ball State. All right, next on here, Bowling Green. Bowling Green, its over-under is 6.5. They're 7-1 to win the conference. This number is way too low for them. They have Lafayette, Cincinnati, Liberty, and at Louisville. They're projected to finish 7th in the MAC. Their over/under is 6.5. I think they get 7 wins. And so I'll take the over. They're definitely going bowling. Right?
Let's go over.
Christian?
I'll take the over.
All right.
I'll be right back.
All right. Next is Buffalo. They are pretty much your co-favorites at plus 375 to win the conference, and their over-under is 7.5. Their non-conference games are Minnesota, St. Francis of PA, Troy, and UConn. Buffalo looks like they're bringing back most of their defense, as well as probably one of the best backs in the MAC, in A.J. Henderson. Give me the over-under, what did I say, was 7.5. I think this team gets 9.
I can see that.
When it comes to Buffalo, their running game is always good. They're bringing back half their line from last year. The running back has been there for 2 years. Like, they won 9 games last year. Who says they can't do it again? Their schedule is pretty much a little bit weaker. They're substituting Minnesota for Missouri. So, I mean, you look at last year, they finished out, and they're the returning, what is it? They won the Bahama Bowl last year. So, I mean, to them, that's going to be a big, I think they definitely need the win. I have them getting into the MAC, going to Detroit.
Got them making the Bourbon Bowl.
The Mud Dogs. Buffalo, over or under 7.5, right?
Under.
Okay. Right, next. The Chippewas of Central Michigan. Their over-under is 5.5. Pretty much, do they go bowling? Their non-conference is San Jose State, Pittsburgh, Michigan, and Wagner. And their conference is 25-1 to win the conference. That ain't happening, even on the long shot. I got them only winning 5 games, so I'm going under. Right?
Under.
Christian?
Ain't nobody care.
So just following suit. All right, next. All right, yay! The red shirt that everyone's gonna fucking get jerseys of. We got Eastern Michigan, the Eagles. Eastern Michigan. Where are you? In here. There you are. All right. Eastern Michigan is 4.5. Is their over under, and to win it, they are 25-1. Eastern Michigan's non-conference games is at Texas State, Long Island, Kentucky, and Louisiana. I have a feeling this team they're bringing back all new players. They have a new coach this year. But with that being said, I have them going over and winning 6 games. I have the Eagles going bowling. Brian?
Over.
Christian?
I'll take the over.
Okay. Next on the list is, oh God, the drizzling dog shits of the MAC. The winless from last year, Kent State Golden Flashes. God, talk about a flash in the pan. They literally did not win a game last year. Their over-under is 2.5. Their non-conference games are Merrimack, Texas Tech, Buffalo, and Florida State. Or sorry, Buffalo is in their conference. Oklahoma. They go under. They're 300-1 to win the MAC. Yeah, not happening. I actually will take the under, and they win 1 game. They win their opener against Merrimack. That's it.
I agree with you.
I'm taking the under.
For a fucking 2.5 wins. If they win 3 games, this loses. I don't think they're gonna win 3 games. All right, Ryan, your favorite team is up next. Miami of Ohio.
Little Miami Miracles, baby.
They did not have an over-under set, but they are 5th. So I would say they to win the conference. So I will say they pretty much I got them going 6.5 wins. So pretty much do they go bowling. Their non-conference games are at Wisconsin, at Rutgers, home against UNLV, and home against Linwood. This team was in the conference finals last year. I think they do not get back there this year. I think they go bowling. I think they win 7 games and they would go over.
They're going bowling.
Okay, Christian?
Ain't nobody care.
That's mean.
Okay.
Oops. All right. Northern Illinois is next on the list. Their over-under is 6.5. The same team that beat Notre Dame last year is not coming back. They only returned 3 starters for the whole year. Their non-conference games is Holy Cross, at Maryland, at Mississippi State, and home against San Diego State. Boy, this team is going to fall. I got them going bowling, but only 6 games. But so under. Right? Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So that... Interesting. Hey, so that... I didn't know that. Apparently, I only get your current term... Alright, I might have to pay more for this. We only get 60 minutes per meeting. So I have to refresh every time.
All right, so what's that mean moving forward?
Oh, nothing. Just I just have to pay for something, probably. That's not a big deal. All right, we're almost done anyway. All right. So, Northern Illinois, their over-under was 6.5. I got them going under 6. What are you taking?
Yeah, I can take the over. I can see it.
Okay. Ryan, you're on mute. There
Okay,
you
what?
Over under 6.5.
4?
Northern Illinois, the Huskies.
Under.
You know, I think with Northern Illinois, more people are going to pay attention to them, and I think more people are going to pay attention to the coach, because I'm really surprised that Thomas Haddock's name hasn't Thomas Hammock, I'm sorry, his name hasn't really come up too much for a D1 job. You know, I think he's qualified. His players love him. And God, where the hell is Northern Illinois? I gotta look that shit up again. You know, his players love him. There we go, in DeKalb. Yeah. I mean, he's really taken on this DeKalb community. Um, don't be surprised if this is his last year.
So what's interesting about him is they're only bringing back 3 starters. So this is a whole new team from last year.
Yeah, but I think they could use that in their favor, because a lot of the defenses that they're going to see this year didn't see this group last year.
Right. All right. So next is Ohio. Their over-under is 7.5. Their odds to win the whole thing is plus 330. Their non-conference games are at Rutgers, home against West Virginia, at the Horseshoe, and home against Gardner-Webb. They're taking a step back. I'm taking the under, and they're only going to win 7 games.
I agree.
I'm with you. I think we all agree with that one.
I mean, the fact that they got to play Ohio State, just that hurts them period.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next, the Toledo Rockets. Their over-under is 8.5. They are the favorites to win the MAC at plus 260, 2-1. They're at Kentucky, home against Western Kentucky, Morgan State, and they're at Washington State later in the year. Their over-under is 8.5. I have them winning 9 games and going over. Right?
I'm with you.
Christian?
Ain't nobody care.
I'll say this. I'll put the prediction out right now. Upset week 1. Toledo beats Kentucky. In Kentucky. I mean, same quarterback as last year. They got pretty much the same line has come back. The defense is the secondary for the defense is the same as last year. And they got a bunch of seniors on this team that can get after the ball. And who knows what Kentucky's going to be. This might be Stoops' last year there, too.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. The UMass Minutemen. UMass is a 3.5. They're 3.5 over under. Their chances to win, they don't even have a number to win the MAC. Their non-conference games are home against Temple, home against Bryant, at Iowa, and at Missouri. Well, there's 2 losses right there. But I still think they go over the 3.5 because I think they're better than a lot of people think, but I think they just get 4. I don't think they go bowling. I don't think anything else. I think they get 4 wins, and they hit the over. Because I think they can beat Temple and beat Bryant. You just got to get 1 more or 2 more wins out of that. Yeah, I can see that. Ryan?
Give me the over.
Okay. Christian?
I'm gonna take the under.
What, you got 3 wins?
Yeah, I'll say about that.
Okay. And finally, Western Michigan, the Broncos. Their over-under is 7.5. I can already tell you that's too high. At Michigan State, home against North Texas, at Illinois, and against Rhode Island. Their chance to win it is 18-1, and 18-1 odd to win the MAC should not have a 7.5 point, a 7.5 over under. Give me the under 6 wins.
Wait, this is who?
Western Michigan.
See, they're always such a tough out. I'll take the over.
Okay. Ryan?
Over.
All right. And that's it for the over-unders. So for the title game, I am taking Toledo versus Buffalo. And I got Buffalo winning the MAC.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate.
I will say this. My long shot, though, I'll put this under this. My long shot to win it, as much as I don't like it and I have the under, I would throw some money on Western Michigan. Because 18-1, they have the best chance. If they play well, they have the best chance to get into the final, to get into the conference game. But I still think Buffalo and Toledo are better.
I can see that.
Yep, and that is the MAC. And when we come back next week, we will be diving down south into the Sun Belt. And talk about some hot dog eating contests and shit like that. But the one thing that we got to do is, hey, Ryan, you got DraftKings pulled up?
I do not at the moment, no, sir.
All right. Actually, well, if you want to do that, Christian, what is your thoughts on Comeback Player of the Year?
I don't really have any, if I'm being honest.
So, the odds have officially come out for all of this. So, Comeback Player of the Year, the leader right now is Dak Prescott. At pretty much 3-1. Hutchinson is 3-1. McCaffrey's at 3-1, and then Lawrence, and then JJ McCarthy. I wouldn't put him as Comeback Player of the Year. That you could put a line through that. Tua is 16-1. Stephon Diggs is 30. Cooper Kupp is 60. And then that's pretty much it. Kirk Cousins is not on here because he wasn't really coming back from it. Kenneth Walker is probably the last guy out here. He's 80-1.
Right.
And he's 80-1. Does it really feel like that Dak. I mean, yeah, Dak's the quarterback of the Cowboys. He's gonna get the most attention.
He definitely will.
But wouldn't Tua also? And he's 16-1. If he stays healthy, couldn't you see him coming back and if he took Miami to the playoffs, couldn't he win comeback player of the year?
I mean, he could.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, no, because actually, this I saw Deshaun Watson's on here for 50-1. I'm like, yeah, that's a freaking waste of money. I think your best bet, if you want a long shot right now, it's Tua. If you want one of the favorites, it's got to be CMC. Christian McCaffrey has to be the guy because if he stays healthy the whole year, who's stopping him?
Mother Nature.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Now, he's 18-1. The other one is he's 18-1 to win Offensive Player of the Year. If he has a breakout year again, would it be more likely he gets Offensive Player of the Year or Comeback Player of the Year?
They'll probably give it to the quarterback.
Yeah. Well, Offensive Player of the Year, I mean, if he takes... What's Aaron Rodgers?
Interesting.
Because if Rodgers takes Pittsburgh to the playoffs, I could see them giving him an award to end the year, like end his career. And they wouldn't give him MVP. I mean, unless he had an MVP season.
Yeah, but again, what's the second word for MVP? Most what player?
Valuable.
Nobody meant more to their team last year than Josh Allen.
Yeah. 150-1 Aaron Rodgers would be to win Offensive Player of the Year.
Nah, I just don't see it.
He's not even on the board for comeback, so he doesn't even qualify for Comeback Player of the Year.
Yeah. But all right, guys, I'm gonna head on out because I gotta be up early.
All right, I was gonna say we're pretty much done anyway. We're rolling up, so.
All right, cool. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
All right, see you.
All right.
All right, Ryan. If there's anything else you want to talk about, if there's anything else you want to add, if you have, unless you want to do the DFP or we could push
really,
it.
Well, I'm using my phone for the pod, so I don't want to fucking run the risk of disconnecting teams, opening up fucking DraftKings.
I got you. Let me see what the odds are for the for this golf tournament, and I'll give you some. The Rocket Classic out in Detroit, Michigan. Favorite to win this tournament right now is Colin Morikawa, 12-1. So the one that I would definitely take is I would lay it with Keegan Bradley, 18-1. With how soft the ground's gonna be and stuff like that in Detroit, he's the best short iron game. So that's who I got winning the Rocket Classic. So there's that. But other than that, I really don't have anything else. There's nothing else. Let me peruse real quick, double check, make sure everything has been touched on. I really could care less about the NBA the NBA draft. We talked about that. Yep, the heckling has already happened. So yep. Okay. Yeah. No, we're pretty much caught up, and we're pretty much good to go.
Oh yeah.
So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is our show. And if you like what you heard, please follow us on all social media under the Nerd Report Network. Follow us individually on Twitter at F and Ronnie.
At Stuntcock STL.
Join us on random days. Keep an eye on the Twitter for when we go live as we dive into the good, the bad, and the what the fuck was that in the wide world of sports and sports betting, as well as our video games and gameplay. Keep an eye on Twitter. We should be back on, like I said, we should be back on more with live and stuff like that. So, but with that being said, if you like what you heard, tell your friends. If you didn't
like what you heard, go fuck yourself in the butthole.
Tell your enemies, but always remind them 3 different things. 1, Bobby Bonilla be getting paid. 2, hot dog is like the scrapple of sandwiches.
It is not. You're a cocksucker. You know that, right?
It's the scrapple of sandwiches. Or it's the scrapple of tube meat. How about that?
If anything, it's a fucking taco.
I mean, if you've ever had deviled ham, you know exactly what canned meat would taste like. And 3, there is always a teachable moment. And hell, if you don't believe us, then fuck, it's just a fact.